I was halfway through hauling a beat-up couch into my new house, sweat pouring down my face, when a woman in neon zebra leggings screamed across the street like I'd just yanked the last dollar from her purse. "Stop, you crook! Drop that right now!" she hollered, storming toward me in flip-flops that slapped the pavement like an angry metronome. I froze, couch still in my arms, and glanced over my shoulder, half expecting to see some shady mover getting caught in the act. Nope. She was talking to Sami Saw, the new owner of this house. I let out a laugh, not cocky, just pure disbelief. My company logo was plastered on the MOVYing truck. My name was on the deed. But to Lisa, apparently, I was a thief stealing her precious furniture. 2 weeks earlier, I'd scored this place at a county auction, a foreclosed estate bundled with a few rental properties. A steal, honestly. I'm an architect, and fixing up old, neglected houses is my thing. This one had good bones, crown molding, hardwood floors buried under hideous carpet, the works. What I didn't expect was inheriting a human tornado named Lisa. She'd clearly missed the memo that her leesome, sketchy handshake deal with a now-bankrupt Hawa was as legal as a napkin IOU. The furniture she was losing her mind over? Mine. Part of the deal. But there she was, phone in hand, filming me like I was the star of her true crime documentary. "I'm calling the cops," she shrieked. "This is a burglary. The HOA will hear about this." "Ma'am," I said, trying to keep my cool, "you might want to chill. This is my house. I bought it." I pulled out the deed, her address listed plain as day under my name. Her face went white, like someone had yanked the plug on her outrage. But Lisa wasn't done. She was already streaming on Facebook Live, narrating how some criminal was looting the old Thompson estate in broad daylight. She didn't even notice my movers wearing shirts with my logo. The crowd online, though, caught on quick. Comments rolled in, roasting her for missing the OBVYS. One called her the human equivalent of a spam email. I couldn't help but smirk. The cops showed up, thanks to Lisa's 911 call about the great couch heist. One look at my paperwork, and Officer Daniels just shrugged. "Looks like he owns the place, ma'am," he said, barely hiding a grin. "Your lease?" "Not exactly enforceable." Lisa gasped, clutching her phone like it was her lifeline. She started rattling off nonsense, crimes breaking and entering, improper lifting, disturbing the peace. But even she knew she was losing. She stormed off, yelling, "This saw isn't saw over," with the drama of a soap opera VY lane. I should have known Lisa wouldn't go quietly. She came back the next day with a clipboard, a dollar store walkie-talkie, and a badge that read Interim HOA Enforcer. She tried to slap me with a citation for unlawful furniture MOVYing. I laughed. She didn't. She taped a violation notice to my door with pink duct tape, warning of unauthorized entry, with fine spelled wrong. I peeled it off, wondering how deep her fantasy world went. Across the street, she was scribbling in a notebook, logging my every move like a wannabe detective. Things escalated fast. Lisa blocked my landscaping truck by parking her car sideways across the cul-de-sac. The tow guy took one look at her bumper stickers and said, "Oh, I know her." She demanded permits she had no right to see, accused my electrician of tampering with federal wires, and even flew a drone over my backyard, its tiny camera blinking like a creepy eye. I asked what she was doing. "Community safety surveillance," she shouted, gripping the remote like she was landing a spaceship. I pulled out a drone jammer from an old tech project, flipped the switch, and watched her precious gadget crash into my koi pond. The splash was glorious. Lisa screamed like I'd sunk the Titanic, slipping in the grass as she tried to fish it out. She ended up soaked, covered in mulch, and madder than ever. The next morning, I found a cease and desist letter taped to my door, courtesy of Lisa's HOA legal DVY shown. It demanded $200 for the drone and featured a seal made from a fruit sticker. I framed it, but Lisa was just warming up. She put up a picket fence across my driveway crooked, held together with zip ties claiming it was a community safety barrier. My contractor's truck bumped it, and the whole thing collapsed like a house of cards. She went ballistic, accusing him of malicious destruction. Then she tried to stop my plumber with caution tape and a broken rake, yelling about a hydration zone. The neighbors were fed up. One, A retired principal named Ed told her to stop playing sheriff. She banned him from her fake Facebook group and accused his wife of stealing lawn clippings. By now, Lisa's antics were viral. Her live streams, meant to shame me, had backfired. Commenters called her out for squatting illegally, one dubbing her the pop-up ad of people. My inbox was flooded with memes, support, and even a marriage proposal I ignored. But Lisa? She doubled down. She buried a community time capsule in a roundabout, filled with her speeches, a headshot, and a single flip-flop. The city crew dug it up, thinking it was a bomb. They didn't know whether to laugh or call a museum. I could have served her EVY tie-in papers sooner, but I waited, letting her dig her own grave. My lawyer built a case thicker than a phone book. Deed records, HOA dissolution notices, and Lisa's flimsy rental history, which boiled down to a handshake with a crooked ex-HOA president who'd fled with the funds. Legally, she was a squatter. The final straw came when she parked her car to block the cul-de-sac, causing neighbors to miss work. Ed, the veteran, gave me a nod. "It's time, son." That Friday, I walked to Lisa's pastel blue door, rang the bell, and handed her the EVY tie-in notice. She snatched it, her camouflage vest and oversized sunglasses making her look like a discount general. Her face fell as she read the 30-day vacate order. "You can't do this," she shrieked. "I'm the community representative." I kept it calm. "Lisa, this isn't personal. It's legal. You've had 2 months to figure it out." She launched into a rant about sovereignty and the United Nations, but I just walked away as she yelled about neighborhood court on her lawn. Lisa went into overdrive. She taped EVY tie-in denied signs to every light pole, posted defiant memes, and held a protest barbecue that drew 3 people 1 left when she ran out of ketchup. In court, she showed up in a neck brace and dark glasses, clutching a stuffed cat as her emotional support pet. She claimed I was targeting her for caring too much. The judge, unimpressed, asked if she had a lease. "I have a saw legacy saw," she said. The courtroom erupted in laughter. I presented my EVY deeds, emails, screenshots of her rants. The judge ruled in my favor in 10 minutes. Lisa stormed out, knocking over a plant and vowing to take it to the Supreme Court. Back in the neighborhood, relief spread like wildfire. Neighbors offered to help her pack. Others made popcorn for Lisa's last stand. But she wasn't done. She listed her house on a vacation rental site as a rustic retreat, duping a couple into showing up. I sent them away, but not before Lisa tried to make them sign a loyalty pledge. On her final weekend, she threw a freedom festival with string lights and a karaoke mic, grilling symbolic hot dogs. Only 2 teens showed up for free food, bolting when she offered them foil patrol badges. EVY tie-in day was pure chaos. Lisa chained herself to her porch furniture, wrapped in a flag, sobbing into a megaphone. The sheriff gave her 10 minutes. She refused. The locksmith unscrewed the bolts as she wailed, calling news stations that never came. Escorted to the curb, she dragged a broken suitcase, yelling about justice and her future book. I waved politely, savoring the silence that followed. The peace was short-lived. A week later, a couple in matching backpacks arrived, thinking they'd booked a spiritual retreat at my house. Lisa had listed it on a shady site as a sacred energy node. I sent them off with water and a warning. Then she mailed fake HOA dues letters in Comic Sans, signed her Royal Lisa. Neighbors laughed, passing around a Polaroid of her in a crown by a handwritten toll booth sign. In the attic, I found her old HOA stash, newsletters, complaints, and creepy photos of neighbors' homes with notes like "porch light on too long." I handed it to my lawyer. Lisa's final stunt was a flatbed truck with a pink throne, potted plants, and tiki torches. She sat there, while VYing like a parade queen, handing out flyers about her unfair banishment. Her driver, unpaid, dumped the throne in the street. She screamed but limped off, muttering about lawsuits. To end the madness, I hosted a New Dawn cookout for the block. Kids played, Ed grilled, and the house shone with fresh paint. As the party peaked, a drone buzzed overhead, plastered with Lisa's face stickers. It blared, "Your exiled queen returns." I hit the jammer. The drone spun, crashed, and exploded in a glitter shower. The crowd roared, kids cheering, sparkle rain. It was the perfect end to her saga. The next morning, a crumpled violation notice arrived with a note for the Hall of Fame. I tucked it away, a reminder that even the wildest storms pass. Lisa faded from talk, her fake HOA dead. The neighborhood bloomed, kids on bikes, neighbors VYing, peace at last. Her power was never real, just noise and fear. Without it, she was just a woman yelling into an empty street. Somewhere, I bet she's scribbling new laws with scented markers, dreaming of another throne. But that's someone else's problem now. What do you think? Did I handle Lisa right? Or should I have shut her down sooner? Was she a delusional troublemaker or a VY Tim of a broken system? Should neighbors have stepped in earlier? Or was it my fight alone? Drop your thoughts below, hit that like button if you're team peace, and subscribe for more wild stories. Let's get this debate going.